Mission in motion. In Doddridge County schools, our students are becoming future-ready, rising up with bright minds and big goals. Together, we are united to make a difference.
Do it again.
Good evening and welcome everyone to Doddridge County High School as we are set for another exciting night of high school baseball here in West Virginia. Tonight's matchup will feature a big early season LKC rivalry game as the Doddridge County Bulldogs will play host to the Williamstown Yellow Jackets. This is one of those games that it might only be March on your calendar, but this will already set a May type set of importance. Both of these programs expect to be playing deep into the postseason baseball, and tonight's result can play a major role in the regional seedings as long as long-term positioning in the LKC. Doddridge will come off the other night of their riding this wave of excitement after a dramatic walk-off victory in their season opener against Lincoln. It was a tight, competitive baseball game that really showcased the Bulldogs' balance. It showcased their strong pitching, timely hitting, and just enough defensive play to hold on to a tough opponent. And, of course, the moment everyone has been talking about, senior Caleb Hall steps to the plate late in the game and delivers a walk-off home run. That swing was just a highlight reel. It was a moment. It was symbolic of what Doddridge County is all about and what they believe they are this season. They are experienced, they're confident, they're dangerous, their offensive weapons are loaded, and they're capable of winning any game, whether it be against a big opponent or close rivalry games. Championship caliber teams often build identity through moments like that, but the real test is now, and it will be how they respond in this next game. And standing in their way tonight is a very disciplined and traditionally strong Williamstown program. This Yellow Jackets team is known for playing fundamentally sound baseball, limiting their mistakes, putting the ball in play, and staying composed in pressure situations. They are the type of opponent that forces to earn everything. In a rivalry game like this, talent alone is rarely enough. Execution, focus, mental toughness often will determine the outcome. A historical matchup is tonight between the Doddridge County Bulldogs and the Yellow Jackets of Williamstown. This will be a tight, competitive game. Emotions will be on display tonight. You can expect both teams will come out tonight with a lot of energy. And when we come back, we'll look at the keys to the game. We'll look at players to watch for. It's going to be an exciting night, folks. We're glad you're here with us. We'll talk to you here in just a few moments.
Check this out.
Let's look back at the opener just a few short days ago. Doddridge County's shown a lot of signs of being deep and versatile in their lineup. If we look at the offensive side, they collected 8 hits as a team, and they had production from several different spots. Tristan Swiger had a strong night with multiple hits and showed his ability to create pressure on the bases, as well as Brody Brockelman. He delivered extra base hit. He had power and continues to be a key piece defensively and offensively for the Bulldogs. While Malachi Kelly, the newcomer, and Evan Kelly, they both drove in runs and showed situational hitting that coaches love to see early in the season. And then round out with the senior Luke Rakiski. He added a huge single when it mattered the most, putting the go-ahead run on first. It scored the run from the top portion of the order, and it set the tone. And the lineup time is now. And then, of course, the headline, the performance from Caleb Hall, whose home run provided the ultimate difference in the game. What stands out the most about this group is they don't rely on just 1 or 2 hitters. They have the potential to manufacture runs in multiple ways from all spots of the 9 in the lineup. Extra base hits, productive outs, situational at-bats, and aggressive base running. That balance can be extremely dangerous as the season progresses. And what we're also looking at was their strong performance on the mound. Another major positive was the pitching staff that came out of the bullpen for the Bulldogs. Caleb Hall set the tone early on the mound, throwing strikes, making people swing and miss. That ability is going to prove huge as the season continues. And then Tristan Swiger, the righty, followed up with a solid command and competed well throughout traffic. He had a first inning where he came out and dealt well. Then the second inning, he was in his groove. He threw the ball well. And then we turned it over to Evan Kelly, the lefty. He contributed key innings that helped stabilize the middle portion of this game. And then the guy that came in and got the win for us when the game was tied, Hunter Hayhurst, came in late, secured the win. This is the type of multi-pitcher success early in the season that will be huge for this coaching staff. It shows depth, flexibility, and the ability to match up strategically against lineups. If Doddridge continues to get this kind of production from this many arms, they could become one of the most difficult teams in the region to prepare for. We also want to look at it tonight with the regional seeding. Although this storyline is it's an early March game, even though we're early in the season, these games carry huge regional weights. A win tonight could strengthen Doddridge's early resume and provide momentum heading into the next stretch of the schedule and potentially give them an advantage when seeding discussions become later in the spring. Coaches often talk about stacking up quality wins. Well, folks, this tonight would be just that, a quality win against a quality team. players tonight to watch out for Doddridge. Several names jump into the headlines. Of course, Caleb Hall coming off the walk-off heroics. But let's look at Tristan Swiger, an athlete who can change the game with his bat, his speed, and even pitching. His versatility up the middle gives Bulldogs multiple strategical looks for the defensive standpoint. Brody Brockelman being that strong leadoff. Not only is he good on the base path, but he brings pop to the leadoff position. He's strong defensively up the middle for us as well. And look for Luke Rakiski in center field, locking down that gap to gap. He takes away hits, got a strong arm from the center field. Also being the number 2 hitter, brings a lot of power in that position as well. Not just bat control, but the ability to go gap to gap with his bat. Malachi Kelly, also as a senior, brings a lot of leadership to that hole. We saw Malachi come up big with the RBI early in the game with a sacrifice fly. He anchors down first base. He can play third base. He can play shortstop. He's a versatile kid, so watch for where that young man lands tonight. These veteran players will help set the tone for the Bulldogs, and they can overcome the confidence and competitiveness that's needed. Now let's look at keys to the game. Early inning intensity. Doddridge they've got to bring the same sense of urgency that they showed late in the opener. They can't wait and flip a switch late in the game. Getting ahead early can energize the home crowd, gets people on their feet, and that is intimidating to a visiting team like Williamstown. We're going to need that tonight. The number 2 part would be clean defensive execution. Bulldogs struggled up the middle a little bit. We had a few errors, but those are things in a rivalry game, a regional game, that can swing the outcome. We got to make sure that we minimize those mistakes and clean up defensively. And then situational on the offensive side. This might not be a high-scoring game. Both of these teams are going to put their aces on the mound. We're going to see good defenses behind these arms. So we got to make sure that we, in a game like this, our at-bats are productive. And what does that mean? That means playing chess on the bases, being able to move runners when we need to move runners, set the stage for scoring by taking sacrifice flies, maybe a push bunt, things like that to generate runs when they're going to be hard to come by. Final thoughts before the first pitch. There's a different kind of excitement around this Doddridge County team right now. The combination of senior leadership, pitching depth, offensive balance, it gives them a look of a program that believes it can compete for something special this spring. But tonight presents an immediate challenge. Can they build off the emotion of that dramatic opening win? Can they stay focused against a respected rival? Can they begin stacking that type of victories that shape championship seasons? Well, folks, we're about to find out, and we'll take a look at the starting lineups as we return.
Key Oil Company has been a proud member. Key Oil Company has been a proud member of the North Central West Virginia community since 1978. Key Oil Company has been drilling and producing gas and oil in West Virginia for nearly 50 years. Home office located in Weston, West Virginia. Key Oil Company is a proud supporter of all Doddridge County student athletes. Let's go Bulldogs! Bulldog Station in Doddridge County Sports is a winning combination. For all your pizzas, subs, and salads, call Bulldog Station at 304-666-1364. Open Monday 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Tuesday and Wednesday 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Thursday and Friday 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Saturdays 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Bulldog Station located at 323 West Main Street, West Union, West Virginia. Let's go Bulldogs!
Welcome back here to the home of the Doddridge County Bulldogs. Tonight the weather is not quite what it was on Saturday. We have about 40 degrees, a little bit of a wind, but thank goodness the precipitation has slowed down. We're about to have a great contest tonight. So let's look at the starting lineups for the Yellow Jackets. Number 6, Powell, is going to be at shortstop as your leadoff. Batting in the 2-hole, number 3, Fulton in right field. Batting third will be number 25, Siley at catcher. Number 4 will be number 36 is batting fourth. Kaiser playing first. Batting fifth will be number 18, Powell, as the DH. Batting sixth will be number 49, Renard, in left field. Batting seventh, number 20, Cunningham in center field. Batting eighth, number 30, McDonald, playing third base. Batting ninth, number 24, Raines, will be at second. And on the mound for the Yellow Jackets, their ace, number 31, Burge. Now let's take a look at your homestanding Bulldogs. That lineup's going to look a lot similar as it has. We're going to have our leadoff spot. Number 2, Brody Brockelman at shortstop. Batting second, number 50, Luke Rakiski in center field. Batting third, number 7, Caleb Hall at pitcher. Batting fourth, number 10, Dane Murphy at third base. Batting fifth, number 8, Malachi Kelly playing first base. In the sixth hole, number 12, Tristan Swiger at second. Number 7, batting seventh, number 4, Evan Kelly in left field. And here's our switch for tonight. Batting in the 8th hole, number 9, Maxwell Nicholson behind the plate as the catcher. And rounding it off, the double leadoff, batting 9th, will be number 3, Josh DeHaven in right field. So tonight, you know, I brought a guest up here with me tonight, Justin Wright. He worked a lot with these pitchers. So, Justin, as we look at things tonight, what do you see from a pitching standpoint that these young men have to do?
Yeah, Ben, how you doing this evening? We got some real good depth here on the mound today. We got, Caleb. He's a very crafty individual. He's got a lot of different mix, got a lot of different pitch, very good on his location. He's going to be really bringing a lot for the rest of the season as a senior. We can definitely be expecting him to be doing some dominating on the mound. This team come out to hit, is the defense going to have to come back behind them.
Yeah.
It's just important in any baseball game just to see that. Then second, I'm not sure who they're going to have come up for closing, but we'll see when that comes. But really looking forward to Caleb Hall coming out today and doing what he knows how to do best. He's really good with his mind control, location, pitch control. He just does a really good job. I'm just really looking forward to it.
You mentioned something right there, Justin. You said mind control. We don't talk about that enough in high school sports. As a pitcher, as an ace, as a guy that you want to go the distance, how important it is to be mentally prepared, not just physically, but mentally?
Well, you don't talk about the mental part of it a lot. You think you just got to pound the zone, throw strikes, and that's all it takes. Well, it's way above and beyond that. You got to actually pitch the batters backwards. You got to look at what they're looking for and not give them what they're looking for. You're actually throwing things that they don't want to, in their weaknesses that they don't want to hit. You make them chase. You get them swinging, you make them chase. That's what these guys are doing. They're got good tempo, good timing, and they're tunneling the ball. They just look good.
It's nice when you have a young man behind the plate, as we do with our catcher, which caught pretty much every game last year. And this last game, he proved to be a wall behind the plate. It makes it, as a pitcher, it takes pressure off. You're able to put a ball in the dirt on a 1 ball, 2 strikes, 0-2. You're ahead in the count. You don't want to be right in the middle of that zone. You want to be able to put the ball in the dirt. As a pitcher, how comfortable, what does it make you feel like when you know your catcher is going to stop that ball? We're not going to have balls going to the backstop.
That's a fact. Today, you get up in the count. You got to work the batter. You got to work the plate. You got to work the process. You got to work how he's standing, what he's swinging at, where his hands are, what he's going after, who he is. There's so many factors that weigh in just rather than throwing strikes when it comes to that. These guys, we need to get up in the count. You notice a lot of times with 2 strikes, they will not throw another strike. They will keep it off the plate. They will try to get you to chase that ball. They're not going to give you one right down the middle for you to protect on that 2-strike count. And that's something that these guys, of course, a lot of guys like to just say, go for it, battle, battle, battle. But in today, when you get into these elite high school sports, these guys, they know how to battle. They know how to work you backwards.
That's right. And, you say the word elite, and, elite comes down to the opponent you're playing. And I will tell you, this is one of the formidable foes that we will face this entire season. Williamstown is steeped in their tradition of baseball winning. If you look across the LKC, you look at state appearances, and you take it a step further of guys that they've put to the next level. Most recently, you look at the Melessa brothers that are both playing Division I baseball. I mean, this program knows how to produce winning baseball. So from a coaching standpoint, from a pitching standpoint, you got to make sure that you do not take these guys lightly. So we start with Caleb on the mound as our lefty. What's your next step? How long do you let this guy go? You know, what are you looking at as your next guy coming off the bench?
We're early in the season. Our pitch count's not all the way up to his full maximum capacity. So, we're just going to kind of crawl that up slow, I figure. I'm sure that's what they're working on. But also, he's got a left-handed slot. He brings the ball a certain way, so I'm sure they're not going to come with another lefty behind him. I wouldn't. I imagine that what would probably come behind. You're going to just kind of watch his pitch count. If he dominates the first couple innings, I think they're going to let him roll as long as he's dominating. He feels good, but they're really going to keep an eye on his pitch count and how he's feeling.
I talked to Coach Nate, and it looked like, they look between 50 and 60 pitches here off the starter tonight. And in the bullpen, they've got a lot of directions they can go. But I will tell you, one of the best directions they can go is to Tristan Swiger. Although he's a sophomore, he brings a dominant fastball. A lot of people think he throws a curveball or a slider, but really what it is, it's a cutter. His fastball has a ton of movement on it. It looks like it might be an off-speed pitch, but it's still sitting there in the low eights. So coming from left and then to that guy on the right side, I think it's a pretty dangerous mix. So I'm excited to see what it is. These coaches are at home plate getting the last final instructions, shaking hand. The national anthem will come up next. And, folks, we're about ready for our first pitch, and we'll be back after these messages.
Looking for automotive service you can trust? Turn to Rokiski Service Center in Clarksburg, West Virginia. Family owned and operated since 1924. We've proudly served generations of local drivers with dependable, honest automotive care. From routine maintenance like oil changes, brakes, and tires, to lift kits, custom wheels, and off-road accessories, we help keep your vehicle ready for anything. Visit Rokiski Service Center at 798 West Pike Street or call 304-623-2836 today. That's Rokiski Service Center, 304-623-2836. Ellenboro Floors, located at 23 West Washington Avenue in Ellenboro, West Virginia, is a family-owned and operated business. We have a full showroom with displays of flooring ranging from luxury vinyl plank, tile, hardwood, carpet, sheet vinyl, carpet tiles, and more. We offer commercial and residential installation. Let's turn your home or business into something special. Call 304-869-3969. Financing is available. We are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's Ellenboro Floors, located at 23 West Washington Avenue in Ellenboro, West Virginia. Call 304-869-3969 or visit us on Facebook.
Mission in motion. In Doddridge County schools, our students are becoming future ready, rising up with bright minds and big goals. Together, we are united to make a difference.
Welcome back. We are moments away from our national anthem as we have started to bring out the starting lineups. The gentlemen are lining up. We will take a moment here. Once the national anthem gets underway, then we'll be right back. Feel free to leave some comments. Let us know how you're hearing us and where you're from tonight. All right, we are ready for this baseball game this evening. We got a stiff wind starting to come dead center right back in. So as the defense, you love to see a flag flying straight back at the batters. But it's not real warm outside. We are looking over here, seeing a comment. We're going to try to figure out how we can change that scoreboard. My IT guy is not here, so everything else, I believe, says Williamstown, but the scoreboard does say Lincoln. We will try to get that fixed. We'll try to get someone up here, but let's get ready for this game tonight. You know, keys to this is attack early and often. Pound that zone. Make sure that we're taking care of outs when they come to us. Make sure we're not giving up errors. And take away the hits. So it sounds easy, but when you have a game like tonight, you have an opponent like we have, anything can happen, especially when you have the weather that we have tonight. So we're excited to see this. And as it plays out, the leadoff batter for the Yellow Jackets tonight will be number 6, Powell. He's the shortstop. So he'll be our gentleman that comes into the box first. As we try to get this game underway. Justin, any last thoughts before we start?
No, just seeing Caleb warm up and work up his arm right now. He's looking really good. He's got his breaking stuff working off real good. He's got a nice change up and staying down low, and of course he's got that sneaky change in tempo, change in timing fastball that he can bring. So he's very crafty in what he does, and it's just really good to see these guys really putting everything together. They've been working so hard together for. And just really good to see.
Changing up that delivery time is huge for a batter. You don't want them to get comfortable in the box with how you deliver every pitch. And I do see some of these guys that they have been working, some with these pitching coaches. They've worked with Justin and yourself a lot. And you don't always want the same rhythm, the same timing as a pitcher. Get that guy to be on his front foot a little bit, throw him off, because every little bit helps.
Absolutely, Ben. Like once they change that timing up a little bit, you know, they can get the timing down on the side. But just changing it up makes it a little harder for the hitters to get on him.
All right, here we go. Mr. Powell, number 6, the shortstop, steps into the box. Caleb gets his signal, starts his wind-up. That's going to be a fastball for strike 1. That's always a good way to start, feeling confident, and that wind blowing in might help the help the pitcher out a little bit. Sneak another mile or two in there.
Nice pitch.
Inside for ball 1. So we got 1-1 count on Powell. He's the leadoff hitter. If you're just joining us, we are in the top of the first, leadoff hitter. And we do apologize. The scoreboard is saying Lincoln from Saturday, and I'm not very tech savvy, so we're going to try to find someone that can help us out here. Off-speed pitch, foul ball away. Now we're working ahead 1 ball, 2 strikes.
2 strikes up in the count here. This is one of these closing things that we've been working on. Look at him. He's got to really make his close on this 2-count strike.
This is one of those ones where you don't want to be too good. You want to stay away from that zone. Don't give him too much of an option. And there it is, check swing. Almost got him with it. Count's going to be 2 balls, 2 strikes. Caleb working from a side windup.
Nice.
Lefty pitcher has his signals. Misses just low, so we're going to have 3 balls, 2 strikes, and quickly we're in that do-or-die situation. You don't want to pump it right across the plate. Nothing too great, but you also don't want to give a free walk here.
He's really working the plate good here. He looks really good.
Powell's the batter. Swung on, drove to center field. Luke Rakiski, 2 steps back, can of corn, and we have our first out, which is going to bring number 3, the right fielder, Mr. Fulton, to the plate.
1 down the inning, that brings number 3, Jackson Fulton, to the plate.
So we have 1 out, and nobody on with the Mr. Fulton at the plate. Off speed in the dirt, that's going to be ball 1.
Here we go. Now, Caleb does a really good job, just working the plate all the way around. Keeps him down. Next pitch coming in here.
Ball high, so he's going to have 2 balls, no strikes, nobody on. The 2-hole hitter, the right fielder, number 3, Fulton, is at the plate. Caleb Hall in the windup, delivers. That looks pretty good for strike 1. So we have 2 balls, 1 strike. Missed with a curveball in the dirt, came back a little high, found the groove with the fastball down the middle, and we're sitting at 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Not much working on the inside this evening so far. 3 balls and 1 strike. This is when you look as a batter, probably going to take a big swing here if he likes it. All right, that brings the count to full. We have 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Fulton is at the plate. He watched one right above the belt fastball to bring 2 strikes. Caleb and Maxwell working out there. Here comes the delivery. Changed up the delivery just a bit and missed. Looks like maybe just a little bit up. And that's going to put our first runner on board, number 3 with a walk, and that's going to bring the 3rd-hole hitter, number 25, Siley, to the plate. He's the catcher for the Yellow Jackets.
Now up to bat number 25, Wyatt Siley.
We have a runner on first, 1 out, and the 3-hole hitter. And he drives this ball deep down the left field. Oh, the wind, look at that, knocking it back in. Caught by the left fielder. That came off the bat way better. So we now have 2 outs. Runner on first, bringing up the cleanup hitter, number 36. Kaiser, he's the first baseman. Tall, probably got a lot of whip to that bat. So Caleb working from the stretch here. We have a runner on first, 2 outs. Top of 1, delivery. Ground ball up the middle. Looks like we should be able to field it. Step on 2. Excellent inning. We gave up 1 run, no hits, no errors, and no runs scored. We will be back when the Bulldogs come to the plate in the bottom of the first. We have no score.
Check this out.
Key Oil Company has been a proud member of the North Central West Virginia community since 1978. Key Oil Company has been drilling and producing gas and oil in West Virginia for nearly 50 years. Home office located in Weston, West Virginia. Key Oil Company is a proud supporter of all Doddridge County student athletes. Let's go Bulldogs.
Welcome back. We are in the bottom of the first. On the mound for the Yellow Jackets will be their go-to guy, number 31, Jenner Burge. Strong righty. A lot of pop behind that arm. Likes to lead with the fastball. Has a good off-speed as well, but definitely known for his ability to pound the zone with the fastball.
Yeah, but it looks like a gentleman here on the mound for Williamstown. He's got a real nice little fastball. He's got nice movement on his slider. I think I seen him throw a changeup in there too. He's on the plate. He's in the zone. It looks good.
This is what you want as a hitter. You want a guy that's going to challenge you. You want a guy that's going to be in the zone. It's definitely difficult when you face one of these guys that you don't know where they're going to be. You would much rather face a guy that throws a little harder, but you know he's going to be in the zone more often. So we bring up our leadoff hitter to the plate, Brody Brockelman. Brody last game had a great double, one hop the Doddridge baseball sign in left center. Kind of got a little excitement into the Doddridge County bats because we were pretty slow until he hit that first real big double. So we'll see what he brings to the plate tonight. He's also a threat to lay down a bunt, and they've got the memo. They've got the third baseman up, swing on first pitch, hit to the second baseman, and he's going to be out at first. That's going to bring up the two-hole hitter, the senior, number 50, Luke Rakiski.
Now coming to bat, center fielder for the Bulldogs, number 50, Luke Rakiski.
Luke last game had that leadoff, that two-out single to spark things. Let's see how he is here. He takes a curveball. First strike one. Now, I'll tell you, that started inside pretty good, but, man, what a break to that ball. They better keep an eye on that. He comes back with it again. We're quickly 0-2 with two breaking balls. We have one out, bottom of the first. Rakiski at the plate, 0-2. Burge delivers, swung on, chopper. Fielded by the third baseman, and he's out by a half a step. Good play by the third baseman coming up on that swinging bunt. And that's going to bring the three-hole hitter up, number 7, Caleb Hall.
Pitcher.
That brings to the plate. Caleb Hall.
Caleb settles into the box. Burge looks on for the call. We've seen him start off with fastball. We've seen curveball start off. A good mix so far. Delivers a fastball outside corner for strike one. The righty has definitely shown already tonight that he can be in the zone with a multiple mix. Fastballs, curveballs. Fastball again, going to miss low. That's going to bring up a 1-1 count, 2 outs. Caleb Hall at the plate, facing the righty, Jenner Burge.
It's just how comfortable Caleb looks in the box. It's just comforting.
Breaking ball, swung on, fouled back. It's going to bring up 1 ball, 2 strikes. And so far, the Doddridge bats have been pretty silent. We had a first pitch slap to the second baseman, a swinging bunt to the third, and now we're quickly seeing ourselves in a 1 ball, 2 strike situation. Bird's got to be feeling comfortable. Let's see what he brings. Swung on and missed on the inside. That ball was nowhere near the zone. Let's see what the umpire's calling a foul ball. That might have been a gift. Might have been a gift. I think Caleb's trying not to laugh.
I think so. I think that just everybody was confused and everybody thought it was a wild pitch on a third strike, and everybody was scrambling.
Yeah. So here we go. Let's do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Wind blowing in from center. Burge delivers. Curveball outside. Going to bring up 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the delivery. Swung on and fouled off. Out of play. Tonight's one of those nights where you better not give up on a ball that's hit remotely close. That wind is shoving the ball around pretty good. Now the wind is kind of blowing left to right. but still in some. So a ball to the left field is going to get knocked down. Ball to right might carry a little better. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Bottom of 1. Burge delivers. Another foul ball.
Real good swing by Caleb Hall right there. Just fighting it off, bat on and out.
You know, as a coach, what you're looking for is being a tough out. Right here, we're seeing it. Seeing a battle outside. Going to miss. Now it's going to be a full count. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. One of the things the Bulldogs want to do is try to run this guy's pitch count up early. So this has helped a little bit. Here comes the swing on. Foul ball. Just about took out Dane Murphy in the on-deck circle. This is a good battle here. Somebody's got to win it, and the home team, why not us?
A QAB right here.
It is. Burge gets his signal, delivers. Ball inside. And Doddridge County has their first runner aboard. Caleb Hall on first. We've got Dane Murphy, the cleanup hitter, playing third base, coming to the plate. And if there's a guy that can hit gap to gap, it's Dane. Definitely has a hot bat. Young man that really has put on a lot of baseball knowledge. He has put the power into the bat. He's a guy that's just an absolute wall at third base. I look for him to have a huge season this year. Had a great season last year, but, man, I tell you, he has put on some work. We got our first runner attempt, and we're going to slide in with a stolen base. Ball outside, so we got 1 ball, no strikes.
I tell you, Caleb Hall just got a jump. He had a really good jump off the pitcher on that, and there really had no chance for the catcher to get him. It was a good stolen base by Caleb Hall.
Maybe they're seeing some more off speeds on first pitch. That's a good time to run. So now we got a runner in scoring position. 1 ball, no strikes to Dane Murphy. Breaking ball inside. That's a fair ball down the line. That's going to score a run. And that puts Dane trucking it to second. Stand up. Double for the big man, Dane Murphy. Great job. Way to trade him spots.
Real nice hit by Dane Murphy. Just kind of hung that curveball a little bit. Ripped it right down the line. Dane Murphy, good job.
That brings to the plate first baseman number 8, Malachi Kelly.
Now at the plate, number 8, Malachi Kelly. He's playing first base for us. This is one of the transfers that came in. Phenomenal basketball player. Swings a really good bat as well. What you can't tell sometimes on TV is how big these guys are. He's a 6'4", first baseman, third baseman kind of guy. Plays up the middle some. Also going to see him on the mound this year. A lot of mobility from this young man, and he's definitely a contributor in the basketball court as well. Malachi had a really strong fall for the Doddridge team. Picked up a lot of good looks, and we're just waiting for his commitment of who he's going to choose to go play baseball for after this season.
Yeah, Malachi's a really versatile player. He's got a lot to bring to the team. He's all the way around the horn. He's on the mound. He can do just a little bit of everything.
We're looking at a 2 balls, 1 strike. Burge delivers inside. There's a flare. Could it get over the second base? Not today. Not with this win. So, finishing the first inning, the Bulldogs take the lead 1-0 on 1 hit, 1 walk, no errors, and we'll be back right after this.
Mission in motion. In Doddridge County schools, our students are becoming future ready, rising up with bright minds and big goals. Together, we are united to make a difference.
Welcome back for the top of the second. The Bulldogs come away with a run. Let's look how that run was manufactured. We had a walk after a questionable foul ball. I will say this, questionable foul ball on a potential strike 3. Caleb gets back in the box, fights for a walk, steals second, and then Dane Murphy rips a double down the third base line, scores the run, trades him spots, and now we're starting the second inning with the Bulldogs 1, the Yellow Jackets nothing. The Yellow Jackets will send to the plate number 18, Noble Powell. He is the designated hitter for tonight. I apologize for the first inning for the Yellow Jackets. I did not have any first names for these young men, but now we have been able to gather up some first names. We always want to make sure that we give love to both sides. We're here for these young men no matter what jersey they're wearing. Love to watch them compete no matter who they're playing for. Caleb from the windup. Starts off, ball 1, leaves it a little high. Settles back into the rubber. Offset to the far third base side of the rubber. Swing on and miss. Breaking ball. That brings up the count even to 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch is delivered. A little different rhythm that time. Little slide step into that action. Fastball gets him to foul it away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And quickly, Powell is looking at he in a defensive side now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Can't let the umpire make the decision, so he's probably going to be aggressive. How close to the plate will Caleb come? Off speed, hit to the left side for a base hit.
Real good job by Williamstown batter there, just protecting the plate. Really good job.
You know, it's one of those times where you tell kids, you can't hit it unless you swing at it. He takes a hit, not off the barrel, flare over top the third base. That's a whole lot better than the umpire ringing you up. So good job to the hitter. That's going to bring to the plate number 49, Colt Renard for the Yellow Jackets. Pickoff attempt over at first, excuse me. Delivery, tries to bunt the ball, foul. Both of these teams understand the importance of scoring every inning. That's why you're seeing right here them trying to get this guy in a scoring position. It does 2 things. Number 1, it gives you a guy 1 swing away from tying the game, but it also breaks up the potential for a double play. He tries to bunt again, hits it back to the pitcher. Caleb fields it, throws the ball to first base, and we got an out, but the batter did his job. Goes down as a sacrifice bunt. And now the Williamstown Yellow Jackets have a runner in scoring position with the go-ahead run coming to the plate, and that's going to be number 20, the center fielder, Daniel Cunningham.
1 down the inning. Now up to bat, the center fielder, number 20, Daniel Cunningham.
Caleb looks on. Cunningham in the box, delivers, fastball inside, a little low. We've not done really well with our FPS, first pitch strike. We have gotten behind on batters too much.
You know, I'm noticing that. The most important pitch.
It is. Follows it up, ball off the catcher's leg there. Williamstown has a runner 90 feet away from tying it up. The ball game changes right here. Now this young man doesn't need a base hit. He needs a ball in play anywhere but the pitcher. Looks like Doddridge is going to creep up their third baseman. Waving over for the first baseman. Two balls, no strikes. Strike 1 called, looking. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at third base. At the plate is number 20, Cunningham, the center fielder. Looks on, swing to right field, a little shallow. Can we come make the play? Swiger from second makes it, and that's going to hold the runner up. Excellent job there. Now we've got 2 outs. Runner on third. This changes the dynamic for the defense. Now we're looking to just get a play at first, catch the ball, and let's get out of here unscathed. And this is what Doddridge did an awesome job at on Saturday. They bend, but they didn't break. So many times Lincoln had runners in scoring position, and Doddridge found a way to fight out of it. Let's see if they continue that type tonight. Ground ball to the shortstop. Fielded cleanly. Throw across the diamonds.
You know, that's just a fundamental play right there. It's what happens. They put the ball in play. Mistakes happen. They advance the score.
Goes down as a throwing error. And that's what in these kind of games that you have to eliminate. Just routine plays. Got to find a way to make it. Delayed steal. No one was covering. And he slides in safe. Williamstown's got a runner at second. 1-0 count on the batter. 2 outs. And at the plate is Ron McDonald.
Actually, Ben Raines.
Excuse me. Number 24, Ben Raines, is at the plate. We're looking at some of these comments and the video syncing. It's tough when you use the cameras that are down here on the baseball field. Next week, they're supposed to come in and work on these. We're trying to do our best to delay the speech until after the pitch has started, but we get excited, so I apologize. That's going to be 2 balls, 2 strikes on the batter with 2 outs. Mr. Raines looking down the barrel of a 2-2 count with 2 outs. The go-ahead run on second. They're also looking at installing a camera in center field to look over top the pitcher's shoulder so we can get a couple different angles. So we're working. Things will get better as we go, as we see ball 3 high. Brings up a full count.
Real important pitch right here. Man in scoring position, 3-2 count, 2 outs. Got to get this out.
You know what? A lot of times what we don't realize is the extra pitches that happen after an error. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Fielded over to the first base for the 3rd out. You look at that when an error happens, especially early in the season when you're trying to keep pitch counts low. When you have an error with 2 outs, that caused 7 extra pitches for your pitcher. So make sure we clean up. That's part of our key talks was this morning or this evening before the game started. The keys to the game is clean games. Minimize the errors. So when we come back, we're going to be going to the bottom half of the second. Bulldogs are going to be at the plate looking for revenge. They got to win the inning. Welcome back for the bottom half of the second. We so far have seen small ball taking place. Couple walks, couple stolen bases. taking advantage of some errors, took advantage of a good double down the line. So far, good baseball. We got a 1-1 game, low scoring as we thought it would start. And for the Bulldogs coming to the plate is number 12, Tristan Swiger, the second baseman. Burge delivers that heavy fastball on the outside corner for ball one. I've been very impressed so far watching Burge work with a good two-pitch mix. Can throw both for a strike. Swing on a miss for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Off-speed pitch just misses the outside to bring up 2 balls and 1 strike. Great break, but even better patience from the hitter. One of the things we've talked about is know what you're hunting. What are you up there to hit? Swing on and miss for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strike to the leadoff, number 12, Swiger. Swiger's one of those guys we look to come in relief here possibly this game. Swing on and miss for strike 3. And that's going to bring up the left fielder.
You know, Ben, I'll tell you
Evan
about
Kelly.
this guy went from Williamstown, Burgess. He's really hitting location. He's really got his breaking stuff working nice, making it difficult on the guys to hit. He's a really good pitcher.
He is. He's doing some people you say, hey, they can throw, and some people can pitch. And tonight you're watching 2 guys that can pitch.
That's fair.
Burgess is definitely doing a great job of being able to mix his pitches and locations as he does right there again. Comes off of the fastball right past the bat of Evan Kelly. Evan is a young man that worked super hard in the offseason, spent a lot of time down here at the baseball field, played a lot of big baseball. Burge tried to get away with one there. We weren't even in the box yet. He started his windup, but umpires all over it. And we're going to redo that one. We've got 1 strike on the batter.
You know, Ben, I really like seeing that because he's actually trying to set the tempo of the game.
Yeah.
He's pushing the batter in and out of the box. It's really good to see.
Swing on and miss. No balls, 2 strikes.
It's all around competitive. I like it.
Evan Kelly is a junior, a lefty pitcher that we saw in the game 1. Sees strike 3 there, and that's going to bring 2 outs. And that's going to bring up our catcher, number 9, Maxwell Nicholson, to the plate in the 8-hole. And what we can't do is give up easy outs to these guys. We got to, if we're going to get out, we got to make them go deeper into their pitches. You let this guy stay with a low pitch count, and it's going to be problems later in the game because he's still going to be in it. Maxwell at the plate. Swung on. Hit to the second baseman, fielded nice and easily over to the first baseman, and that's going to be 3 up, 3 down, and that's going to take us to the top of the third, tie ball game, 1-1, and we'll see how the Doddridge County Bulldogs respond when we come back after these messages. Welcome back to the pitcher's duel here in Doddridge County as the Bulldogs and the Yellow Jackets are facing off. And so far, if you like pitching, you're definitely going to like this ball game. 2 guys that know what they're doing. They're very good at their craft. They've got a 2 and 3 pitch mix. It's been fun so far to watch. It's been a clean game so far. The sole error to Doddridge County allowed the run to come across for the Williamstown Yellow Jackets. Other than that, it's been a clean game from both sides. early in the season, it's very comforting to see your pitchers go after it like this. I would say this isn't the last time these two will go toe-to-toe.
Yeah, Ben, these guys really are going at it. It's a kind of little pitching duel they got going on here. There's been some runs squirted in here and there, but these guys are really going at it on the mound.
I would say both pitching staffs, knowing how much they care about these kids and how much they look at the longevity of it, I would say you won't see either one of these going deep into the game, so they better get what they can while they have the opportunity. You know, you look over at the coaching staff for Williamstown, you have Levi Maxwell. He's the young man we talked about Saturday's game that was the Division I pitcher from WVU from Lincoln that was drafted. So this young man as the head coach knows his stuff of pitchers, and this is why we're seeing a good pitching outing because, number one, the coach knows what he's doing. Caleb gets his signals. Delivers off speed. Strike one.
Nice pitch. Nice pitch up in the count early here.
Swung on and missed. That's going to bring no balls, 2 strikes. And this is where you got to find a way to close that out. You know, you don't want to miss too far, but you don't want to give something good that they can hit. But at the same time, we don't want to fall back behind in these counts. So maybe we'll see a little bit more of an attack here on an 0-2 pitch. Deliver,
Nice
just
pitch.
a bit upside.
Keeping that pitch up is real important. You don't want to put it right over the plane, belt high. That's a good pitch by Caleb there, trying to get him to chase that high stuff.
These Williamstown guys are going to be very disciplined at the plate. They know how to win ball games. This isn't their first rodeo, so getting guys to chase is going to be difficult as he goes from the windup. Ball outside. And we're back to a 2-2 count.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Wyatt Powell.
All 5 of them. Oh, no, they sent me this today. Just this minute.
Here comes the delivery. Hit to the right side. Swiger over there, like the Hoover vacuum, sucks it up and fires it to first base for the first out of the inning. And that's going to bring up number 3, Jackson Fulton. Last time up, Jackson was walked.
1 down the inning. That brings up the right fielder for the Yellow Jackets, number 3, Jackson Fulton.
I told him I'd do it for him, but he
So we've got nobody on, 1 out. Caleb delivers. Breaking ball swung on, flared over top second base, and Rakitsky is there for the sliding catch. Takes away the little flare hit. That is what you expect out of the senior. Excellent job. He covered a lot of ground quickly. Luke is one of those players that I think his best baseball, I know that his best baseball is ahead of him. He's been a guy that has bloomed late. He's continuing to grow, putting on weight and size. He's a 6'3", 6'2" player that Potomac State's getting a good one with him.
Yeah, Luke did a real good job of tracking that ball down.
We deliver, flare off the bat, come make the play. Shortstop with a sliding, catches it, 3 up, 3 down. Bulldogs got what they needed, a quick inning, saving some pitching, and now we go to the bottom half of the third. When we come back, let's see if we can change this score. It's 1-1 here at Bulldog Nation.
Check this out.
All right, welcome back. The Bulldogs needed that very much so. They needed that quick inning to keep the pitch count low.
Okay.
So I think that was a good job there. That's going to pay dividends to see a 6-pitch inning.
Yeah, it's real good to see. He had a 14 count on his first inning, 17 on his second, and a lower count on that third. That was a lot better reeling it in and getting out of the inning.
So let's see if Burge, I know he's probably thinking the same thing, keeping the pitch count low. Last inning, he did the same as well.
Yeah, Burge has done a really good job of keeping the ball in location, keeping the ball, keeping the command. He's throwing a real good game. It's a real good pitching duel here.
We're in the bottom of the third, and we're just now bringing the lineup to a close here for the Bulldogs. We got our number 9 hole hitter, Mr. DeHaven, senior Josh DeHaven, playing right field for us. Batting 9th, double leadoff. You know, you got a gentleman like this. He controls the bat well. He's fast on the bases. It would be nice to see him get on there. Let's move him around with the top of the lineup coming up because our 1 through 3 up there, they're definitely going to put the bat on the ball. So let's see what Coach has mixed up here for him. Little baseball trivia I'm going to ask you, Justin.
Okay.
Put you on the spot. Put you on the spot.
Oh, no.
You mentioned something a little bit ago. You said, hey, that's a great quab. What's quab mean for those listening at home? What's a quab?
You're talking about a quality at bat, which could be anything over 2 strikes, anything more than 2 strikes, a foul off. There's multiple different things. I think it's a foul off, a two strike, or anything over a full count. Help me out here. I knew he was in a quality at bat, but I don't know all of them. I know there's like 6 or 7 different things that factor a quality at bat.
So if you're a coach looking, especially from a recruiting standpoint, I want to see a young man's quab stats. How many times does that guy go to the plate, not necessarily gets walked or gets a hit? How many times is he having a quality at bat? He's moving a runner over. He's seeing 6 to 7 pitches in 1 inning. He's fouling off balls after the 2 strikes. So he's being productive. He's running a pitcher's pitch count up. That's a quab. We've seen a lot of those so far, even though it's a low-scoring game. Burge attacking the zone just like we thought he would. Fastball up and in, little check swing, foul ball into the visitor's dugout. Quickly 0-1 the count.
Yeah, it's just good to see these batters get in there and battle it out. And whenever these pitchers they're throwing repetitive strikes, strike after strike, and then these guys are fouling the ball off. You know, that's that batter just taking it out of that pitcher. You know, and you see that. I call that a really good quality bat.
Especially in your lower half of your lineup, you're looking for guys to produce that. A couple things it does there. Number one, it gives the guy behind you the opportunity to see what that pitcher's other pitches look like, and it runs up their pitch count to get him maybe out of the game earlier. Here's a chopper to the first base line, race to first base, and nice PFP there for out number 1. Now we see the shortstop, Brody Brockelman, coming back up to the plate.
We're back up to the top of the lineup with the shortstop, number 2.
Brody's a guy that you better not sleep on. The young man can bunt for a hit, and he can hit a ball off the wall. He can kind of do it all at the plate. Very patient usually. Very patient in the way he takes his at-bats. He's kind of like a sleeper up there until he's wide awake. He goes from 0 to 100 pretty quick. 1 ball, no strikes. Burge delivers, fastball outside. Going to bring up a 2-0 count.
You know, Brody's at the top of the lineup. He's got really fast hands in the box. You know, he's really getting the bat to the ball quickly. He's really good with that. That's why he's at the top.
Find that barrel, find some good pitch counts. Here he comes inside, going to be ball 3. And as a leadoff hitter, this is what you expect. A guy doesn't want to come down the middle. Tried to paint some corners, missed a little bit. We're quickly at a 3-0 count. Take a hard look here. Don't just take the bat off. Fastball right down the middle. I'm going to doubt Burge comes back with the same pitch. He's a pretty good pitcher. I expect to not see the same exact pitch. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Fastball hit to the shortstop. Shortstop fires across the diamond. That's going to bring up 2 outs. And that's going to send our senior center fielder, number 50, Luke Rakiski, to the plate.
2 outs in the inning.
You know, Ben, one thing I really like seeing now is that we are putting the bat on the ball. You know, the bat on the ball. We don't have a lot of strikeouts. We don't have a lot of stuff, but we're eventually going to get some stuff squirting in here.
Anytime you get the bat on the ball, there's a chance. Swung on and drove to right field. Does that get down? No, going to be out of play. Good swing by the senior. But as the visitors would say, that's a good long strike. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Rakiski at the plate is kind of the spot where you want a senior. Swing on and a miss. Those of you just joining us, our scoreboard does say Lincoln on there. We are not the most tech-savvy people. I don't know how to get that off there, so I do apologize. We're definitely playing Williamstown. The score is 1-1. We've seen a pitcher's duel so far. Both of these guys have attacked the zone with multiple pitches. And I'd say we'll start seeing some offensive production. Here we go, ball inside. That's going to bring up a 2-2 count to the senior, Rakiski. 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. He's the 2-hole hitter. Maybe Deuce is wild here. Delivery, inside curveball, misses. Full count on the senior.
This is this pitch where this pitcher's got to feed this ball down the pipe. Luke knows that, and he's going to be turning on here.
You can see a little difference in the step right here. He's a little antsy for it. Here comes delivery. Just off the left side of that third base bag for a foul ball.
That was a nice rip, good turn.
4 feet the other way, and we have a double. Luke in game 1 came to the plate in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs, drove a ball into left field, so he is not shy away from 2 outs and in spotlights. Here we go again. Ball 4. I don't know where that ball missed, but it must have missed. A little too close for my comfort up here, but I am above the plate quite a bit. So here we go. We got a runner on first base. We got a runner on first. Caleb Hall at the plate. Kind of feels a little bit of similarity here. 2 outs, tie ball game. Burge checks the runner over at first base, keeping him honest. Luke does have the ability to swipe a bag, fastball to the inside, and Hall takes ball 1.
You know, it's a really good position for Caleb right now, being 2 balls, no strikes. He's going to have to feed him a pitch here.
After that walk, I'd say Burge wants to come back into the zone. Here's the delivery. Rakiski takes off and slides in safe. Now we got a runner in scoring position. I believe strike was the call. We got a 1-1 count. In a game like this, it's huge to be able to have speed. And I will tell you, I've been around while these guys were running the 60s. This Doddridge County team can absolutely fly. Top to bottom, these guys can move. So they are a threat anywhere on the bags. Delivery. Swung on, drove to center field. That's going to score a run.
Advance second.
Here we go. The stolen base set that up for Hall's RBI single to center field, and the Bulldogs take the lead. 2 balls, 1 strike, and that's going to bring up the cleanup hitter, the man with the double so far, Mr. Dane Murphy.
Now coming to bat with the
Again, we got Caleb over at first.
Dane Murphy.
I would be shocked if we don't try to swipe another bag. Pretty tight lead. Stays still as the delivery comes, and Dane fouls it off for strike 1.
I really like to see how far Dane's come. Just him on third base, just him wearing the 4th hole where he's at right now. He's really worked hard to get where he's at.
You know, we watched Dane play all fall against a lot of these college teams, and college coaches were foaming after him. They couldn't believe he was just an incoming junior. This is a young man with a very bright future as the ball's delivered. Up high, stolen base possibly, and he moves safe.
He missed it.
He swam it. He swam it. As he slid in with the left hand, he pulled it away, went around the backside of the bag with his right hand. Good heads-up move by a senior. And we are looking at the same scenario. Runner on second.
He was swimming that slide in there, missing that tag. He did a really good job. Caleb.
Great throw by the catcher, but a little bit better of a slide. Delivery. Ooh, fooled him pretty good there. He ducked out of the way and snuck it in for a curveball. He knows it. He's shaking his head, laughing a little bit. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second. It's a 2-1 ball game. Delivery, fastball fouled off by Mr. Murphy, staying alive. Give a big shout out to the junior high baseball team for the Bulldogs. They are at Grafton playing, and they are up right now 7-1 in the 3rd inning. So shout out to those up and coming dogs. Swung on up the middle. Here we go. Going to see a play back towards first. And he's out. We've seen no errors. We did see a base hit, a couple runs scored, and going at the top of the 4th, the Bulldogs lead 2-1. We'll be back right after these messages from our sponsors.
Looking for automotive service you can trust? Turn to Rokiski Service Center in Clarksburg, West Virginia. Family owned and operated since 1924. We've proudly served generations of local drivers with dependable, honest automotive care. From routine maintenance like oil changes, brakes, and tires, to lift kits, custom wheels, and off-road accessories, we help keep your vehicle ready for anything. Visit Rokiski Service Center at 798 West Pike Street or call 304-623-2836 today. That's Rokiski Service Center, 304-623-2836. Bulldog Station in Doddridge County Sports is a winning combination. For all your pizzas, subs, and salads, call Bulldog Station at 304-666-1364. Open Monday 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Tuesday and Wednesday 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Thursday and Friday 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Saturdays 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Bulldog Station located at 323 West Main Street, West Union, West Virginia. Let's go Bulldogs!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are going into the top half of the 4th, where it's been a great ball game, pitcher's duel. The Bulldogs are ahead 2-1, but the Yellow Jackets, they've definitely put together some good at-bats. They've had good innings, so we're not out of the woods yet. Especially when you play a team that is very used to winning. They don't get rattled early. We're going to need a lot more runs before they start to worry. So we want to welcome all of you that are listening. We've got quite a few people. We've got over 50 people that's been tuned in, or at least I should say TVs. So we're excited to have people watching. This is an awesome thing that comes for these young men, these young ladies in the area. A lot of schools are using WVRC, so we want to give a shout out to them and how they have helped our young men and women around our counties. This is a great program, and it couldn't be done without you sponsors. So, just taking a moment to thank you all that allow this to be done for these young men, young women. Now, back to the action. Number 36 for the Yellow Jackets coming to the plate, Mr. Kaiser. Hall starts off with a curveball, strike 1, and that's kind of that talk that we had, the FPS, first pitch strike, being so important. We've seen Hall do a little bit better job of that. Changed up his rhythm, delivers fastball for strike 2. Kaiser falls behind, no balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, nobody out. Caleb awaits the signal. Batter calls timeout. Here comes the delivery. Hall to the plate. Swung on to right field. That's going to be trouble. That's going to be going to the fence. This young man looks like he can run. Getting on his horse. We got to throw in from the fence. Kaiser rounds second with no problem. Fires into third base, and he is safe at third with a leadoff triple. And just like that, the Yellow Jackets are threatening again with a runner on third. No outs. Top of the 4th with a score 2-1.
We were just talking about earlier about that, that third strike, getting it where you need to put it, and that's where it's very valuable right there. They're going to make contact. They're never going to bring it in there.
And you play his outfielder, you play those gaps. That was one of those times where he went the opposite way, drove it down the line. Hall back, bounces the ball away. Can we make the play? Yes, sir. Keeps the runner in third. Looked scary there for a moment, coming off the mound there. He picked his head up to look at that runner. We tell our kids from the time they're little, catch the ball first.
You know, as a pitcher, you don't realize how hard it is to make a play whenever you're on your follow-through.
Yeah, that's right. And just like that, we have Mr. Renard, number 49, at the plate. 90 feet away is the tying run with the leadoff triple. Fastball just misses low. And that's going to bring up 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. We'll see how the Bulldogs respond. From the windup, the delivery, just outside. That quickly goes to 2 balls, no strikes. The wind has not been a factor, besides the fact it's just made it kind of cold out there, but the wind has not been a problem as far as the baseball game is concerned, as Caleb puts off speed in the dirt, swing and a miss by number 49, and that goes 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Tying run is at third with the leadoff triple. Young man went out there and hit a ball off the plate and just put the bat on it. Good things happen. Hall just misses with that one for a 3 balls and 1 strike. This is a point, Justin, that we definitely don't want to put a guy on right here.
Boy, this is a viable situation. Man on third.
Fastball just missed low. And that's going to put runners on first and second. Now, here's where you hope that they don't try to run on you and possibly get that double play. And I will tell you, if there's an infield that can turn 2, it's these guys. They are very quick, got great hands with it. So I like that, but you just wonder what is Coach going to do as he brings up the 7-hole hitter, Daniel Cunningham, to the plate. Check swing, that's what you're looking for on a high fastball. And we have no balls, 1 strike. Coach Maxwell over there giving his signs. Batter takes cue, steps in the box. Hall delivers inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's a real important out here, real important batter at the plate for both teams. It's a kind of a turning point right here.
Corners have stayed back on this. Checks the runner over at first, not a bad idea. Make sure we take care of the ball. Hall gets a signal from the windup. Foul ball. Foul ball. Runner will go back to first. Batter is going to have a 1 ball, 2 strike count, 1 out. Runner's on the corner. And again, this is where the Bulldogs have been a lot this year so far. You know, I know we've only played 1 game, but we have had runners on third a lot so far, and they have found ways to get out of it. Hopefully this stays the same. Swing on and miss down the dirt. So where the runner will advance, so it's pretty much just like a sacrifice bunt. However, we've got runners in scoring position on second and third, but there are 2 outs as number 30, McDonald, comes to the plate.
McDonald.
Runners at second, third, 2 outs. Hall delivers. Fastball down the middle. Strike 1, FPS working.
Caleb up in the count early here is going to help him out here. Let's see where he goes after this.
You know, it allows you to throw more pitches.
It absolutely does. It gives you so many more options. You get up early in this count. Oh, nice pitch. Nice pitch.
Curveball breaks right in there for strike 2. We've got no balls, 2 strikes. One thing that I look at that I like to do is move that right fielder in a little bit, take away that flare. He's moved up just a little bit. Fastball down the middle.
Pitch.
Swing on and miss, and the Doddridge County Bulldogs does it again. They dodge What could have been a big inning right there. Yellow Jackets were threatening with a leadoff triple, then a walk. Here we go. Going in the bottom of the fourth, the Bulldogs lead 2. Yellow Jackets 1. We'll be back right after these messages. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the bottom half of the fourth. We have a score, Bulldogs 2, the Yellow Jackets 1.
I'll get him.
And that's going to bring Malachi Kelly to the plate as our leadoff hitter. It's crucial that the Bulldogs keep the pedal down right here, as we definitely are needing some more runs. This Yellow Jackets team is not scared off by a run or two. So if we want success, we got to continue to be aggressive at the plate, hit strikes that are in there, because this Burgess, Jenner Burgess at Burge has been immaculate so far. Wind up, delivers. Fastball just off the outside corner. Brings up 1 ball, no strikes to Malachi Kelly. Delivers. Fastball, belt high, right down the middle. Malachi studies it as it goes by, and he gets back in the box. 1-1 count. Malachi got the bright yellow gloves on.
And batting gloves. You can see him forever away.
But he wouldn't want to play hide and go seek.
You know, Malachi's got a really good swing. He's really got a lot to offer right here in the box. He's a good all-around player.
I'm waiting for him to break out, because people don't realize how good this young man can hit. He's got a lot of pop to the bat. We watched him all fall, go and compete at these places, and it seems as the pitcher got faster, he got better. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Burge delivers. Ball low. We go to a full count. I will say this.
He's consistent.
He's consistent.
He is
I think he's got a tight zone. The right zone, I should say. That plate is 17 inches wide, folks. It's not 19.
I knew what you were coming with is after that pitch.
It's a 17-inch wide plate. It's not 19. He's done a good job. Both sides have had about the same style there. Swing on and a miss. Burge strikes out the first batter. So Kelly records as a strikeout. That brings up the 6-hole hitter, number 12, Tristan Swiger, the second baseman.
Plate number 12, Tristan Swiger.
Tristan's another one of those young men, had a couple hits in the first game. Line drive down good play by the third baseman to save a double, but it does go down in the books as a base hit. If that ball gets by, we're definitely standing on 2, so good job by Tristan to come in and have a nice hard line drive down the third base line. Excellent job by the third baseman there to knock it down. And we're looking at a runner on first as Maxwell Nicholson comes to the plate, the 8-hole hitter.
Evan Kelly.
Or I'm sorry, number 7, Evan Kelly. Pickoff attempt over. Evan Kelly has a couple things going for him. He's very good at laying down bunts. I will tell you that. The young man can control a bat, but he likes that right center gap a lot. Runner takes off. High bounce. Safe at second. Good throw by the catcher. The ball was there.
I
Ball
tell you
was
what,
there.
he did get out of that hole quick. And
Yeah.
the pitcher slid step. They got the ball all the way up to second really, really quick right there. It was
Goes
good.
down as a stolen base for Swiger. He dusts off what we would usually have as dirt, but now it's rubber pellets. Kelly gets back in the box on no balls, 1 strike. Pitch delivers, swings on, pops up. Does it get out of play? Caught in foul territory by the first baseman. That's going to be 2 outs. And now we're going to see the 8-hole hitter, Mr. Maxwell Nicholson, at the plate.
2 down the inning.
We got a runner at second. How did he get there? He got there by a hard ground ball down the third base line. Third baseman made a great play, dove. It was in his glove. Then it got away from him. Not an error, but it saved a double, but it did allow us to get on first base. Then we stole second base. And now we're here with the 8-hole hitter. And now we steal third base. That's a bold move with 2 outs. You don't see that a whole lot, a runner swiping a third base bag with 2 outs. But now he's 90 feet away. Any kind of a mistake is going to put a run on the board.
I tell you what, Tristan Swaggin on the bases, you got to keep your eye on him. He is going to get around the bases.
I said it earlier, these guys are fast. We are fast. Each one of these guys, we only have 1 or 2 in the lineup that's not going to steal a whole lot of bases. Everybody else is a sub-7 runner. They work on their speed. They do a lot with the speed program here. Doddridge County has a lot to offer in the weight room, in their speed training. So, and as you know, Doddridge is known for their track runners. Speaking of track, Tristan, give him a shout out as we did last game. Tristan is a 2-sport spring athlete. He is the returning, defending state champ as a pole vaulter as a freshman. Swing on and fouled back by number 9. We're at 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs, runner at third in a 2-1 ball game.
Yeah, I figure we got more coming up with Tristan Swagger here next inning, probably coming to the mound. I'm not sure for exactly, but I figure that's who's coming up. Looking forward to seeing him come up there. We got plenty to talk about when he's there.
Pitch behind the batter. Sometimes they sneak in there and get that bat.
Oh, if you don't drop that bat when it's high and tight and it's a chin music, you don't get that bat down out of the way. You know, they can often foul off.
We are in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Score is 2-1. Those of you that are watching, we'd love to hear where you're watching from. Last time we had people from Minnesota. We've had people from the Dominican. We've had people all over the country. If you want to give a shout out from where you're at, we'd love to hear from you. Again, this is all about these young men, all about these families around the area being able to see their kids play when they can't make it to the ball field.
I'll tell you what, so many foul balls down here today. How many foul balls we think we've seen today? Trying to keep hold of them balls has been
$9 every time we see a foul ball go over this hill at Doddridge County because you don't get them back. So that's $9. Probably seen about 10 of them already go over. Delivery. Swung on, foul ball, back. Does it get out of play? And we live to see another day.
It's another one of them QABs.
Yep. We got a full count. A couple foul balls after it. This is going to go down in the book. It has a quab. If you continuously post quabs, you're going to have yourself in the lineup. A lot of people say, well, that guy got out. Yeah, but that was after 8 or 9 pitches. That's a quality at bat. Looking for a line drive up the middle if we can make something happen here. Line drive, they'll take that down the left field line.
Nice hit.
Excellent job by the catcher to score the runner from third. That's a big-time run right there. Excellent line drive into left field by Maxwell Nicholson. And the Bulldogs are starting to heat up a little bit. It's 3-1 in the bottom of the 4th. And that's going to bring up the senior, Josh DeHaven, to the plate. Josh is 0 for 1 so far this evening. Pitcher delivers. Sees a ball low.
Yeah, you said it just a second ago. The consistency of that umpire is on cue. He is not calling that really low strike.
Foul ball.
But he's consistent, so you got to work with that as a pitcher. You know, at this level, you got to work with that. Where's the ump? What's he like? You got to put it in there.
Yeah. He's definitely called it the exact same both ways.
Mm-hmm.
All you ask as a coach is to have consistency. Misses fastball low again. Brings up 2 balls, 1 strike to the 9-hole hitter. Man, you would love to see him flip this lineup over and bring these guys to the plate. This will be the 3rd time through that this pitcher's had to face. Delivery outside corner, and he was looking to fire back and bobbled it. 3 balls, 1 strike by DeHaven on the mound for the Yellow Jackets, and he's been very good. Jenner Burge. Ball inside, and that's going to bring up ball 4, and the Bulldogs are trying to make something out of this bottom half of the 4th with runners at 2nd and 1st. Burge looked over at the dugout. Here comes the catcher to talk to him. Good job by the catcher. We see people, hey, I'm listening from Illinois. So we welcome those Flatlanders out there.
Yeah, Burgess from Williamstown really thrown a good game. I mean, you can't say, he's kept it in the zone. He's battled all these batters. Doddridge County batters, they're no slouch. Their lineup 1 through 9 are all hitters. And if you're going to face them, you got to be ready to bring it.
Yeah. And right here is what you're looking for when you understand the game of baseball. This is what you're looking for. The 3rd time through on the same pitcher. This is where these batters have got to come alive and take advantage of this, because that may not come back out the next inning. Your 3rd time through on the same pitcher, you got to find ways to execute.
There's no excuses at that point. You've seen pitches.
Counts evened up. 1 ball, 1 strike to the leadoff hitter, Brody Brockelman, at the plate. Brody's always been a tough out. He's in the leadoff position for a reason. The young man knows how to watch pitches. The young man knows how to hit. And when he's on, he's electric. Swung on and drove hard to center field. Right at him. Excellent barrel. Very, very good hit there, but that's going to take us to the top of the 5th, but not before the Bulldogs put a run across the plate. It is 3 Bulldogs, the Yellow Jackets 1, and we'll be looking at the top of the 5th when we come back.
Check this out.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the home of the Doddridge County Bulldogs, where we have a very good pitching matchup. We have Caleb Hall on the mound. He's worked his way through 4 innings with no earned runs. We had 1 run scored off of an error. The young man is at 55 pitches through 4 innings against a very talented Williamstown lineup. But then we flip the script and we look over at Williamstown side. Burge is at 79 pitches. Through 4 innings against a very talented Doddridge County lineup. Now, not all of those balls have come off of, or all the runs, I should say, have come off of a lot of hits, because we're still in the ballpark of only 4 hits for the home team and 1 hit so far recorded for the visitors. So up to now, it's been a very clean game, very strong performance by both of these pitchers. The Doddridge County Bulldogs have taken advantage of their runners in scoring position just a little bit more. They've also stolen 3 bags tonight, so that's a key difference to the game so far. And so here we are, top of 5, 3-1, Bulldogs lead.
Second baseman, number 24, Ben Raines.
Caleb Hall's really close on his pitch count here. I like seeing him push through and get an extra inning in there. His arm is growing a little bit. We're going to kind of watch what he's doing here. It's really interesting to see him push through this.
So here we go, top of 5.
Nice pitch.
First strike down the middle for strike as number 24 comes into the box. He's going to be your 9-hole hitter, Ben Rains, playing second base. And as a coach, you're wanting this young man find a way on it anyway, whether it's a walk, a hit by pitch. And that ball doesn't even make it to the plate.
Might have bounced over a little low strike there, maybe.
Yeah, if we're playing cricket, that's a pretty good pitch. Swing on a miss,
pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Nice pitch coming back with that breaking ball, low breaking ball there. He was trying to still over top of it.
We have a comment made there that the Hall brothers are both pitching tonight, one for the middle school, one for the high school. Ground ball up the middle. Let's see, Swiger comes across, makes a good play, scoops, and he's out at first base. Nice scoop by Kelly over there.
Really nice play there. A little blooper. It's really hard to get to. He really charged the ball really well. Got it over the first base just in time to make the out. Looked really good.
Excellent job by the fielders. And folks at home, we are going to work on these cameras as we go. Zoom in a little bit. Put the other camera in the outfield. So the best is yet to come with this, but we are thankful for what we have. Hall delivers breaking ball just a little bit inside. Is going to bring up ball 1 to the leadoff hitter, Wyatt Powell, number 6. So far, he is 0 for 2 tonight.
Like it slipped out of his hand.
If you watch baseball movies right there, you would hear this quote, "He just hit the bull."
It totally slipped out of his hand. I seen it.
I don't think that's the mix that they were thinking for, to go to 2 balls, no strikes. Let's see the senior focus back in and the windup. Ball high, 3 balls, no strikes. As the leadoff hitter starts to realize he's got a good chance here. If you look at statistically proven, the odds of him being on base are about the 90% right now. Hall delivers.
It's better.
Fastball, leaves it up, and we've got a runner on base. And then you start to ask yourself, as Coach Nate over there, having so many weapons in the bullpen, how long do you let in an early season set? Look at him. Here he comes out of the dugout. He's going to come talk to him. So as he comes and talks to him, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a real quick break, and we'll be back in just a few moments.
Ellenboro Floors, located at 23 West Washington Avenue in Ellenboro, West Virginia, is a family-owned and operated business. We have a full showroom with displays of flooring ranging from luxury vinyl plank, tile, hardwood, carpet, sheet vinyl, carpet tiles, and more. We offer commercial and residential installation. Let's turn your home or business into something special. Call 304-869-3969. Financing is available. We are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's Ellenboro Floors, located at 23 West Washington Avenue in Ellenboro, West Virginia. Call 304-869-3969 or visit us on Facebook. Bulldog Station in Doddridge County Sports is a winning combination. For all your pizzas, subs, and salads, call Bulldog Station at 304-666-1364. Open Monday 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Tuesday and Wednesday 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Thursday and Friday 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Saturdays 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Bulldog Station located at 323 West Main Street, West Union, West Virginia. Let's go Bulldogs!
All right, welcome back. We got a new arm on the mound, as we thought. Tristan Swiger, the hard-throwing righty, comes in off of second base to come on the mound. He's a sophomore. First pitch, we allow the runner to swipe a bag. This is what Williamstown is looking for.
Nice pitch by Tristan Swiger there. 1-1 count, still considered up in the count.
So here's what it looks like. We took Caleb Hall off the mound, slid him to right field, brought DeHaven into first. Malachi Kelly goes over to second. Tristan Swiger comes onto the mound. And with his first batter, he's looking 1 ball, 2 strikes. And at the plate is number 3, the 2-hole hitter, Jackson Fulton. Jackson has got him a base hit tonight so far. I believe he has a walk so far. 0 for 1 with a walk. Swiger delivers inside, misses. Oh, they say he hit him. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe he hit his arm sleeve. All right, here we go. So now we got runners at first and second. It's not the worst thing in the world when you're looking as a pitcher. You're going to say, okay, hey, you had an open base anyway.
Catcher, number 25, Wyatt Siley.
That was a cell phone. That was not a poltergeist. If anybody was wondering what that noise was. 'Cause I thought the aliens were coming, to be honest with you,
if
Justin.
the viewers could have seen your face when they heard that come over.
I literally thought something was coming. Here we go. We got ball 1. Swiger delivers outside. Number 25, Wyatt Siley, the catcher, is at the plate. He's a big boy. Looks like he's got a little pop to that bat. He definitely likes the hot pink gloves right there. So him and Malachi Kelly definitely earned the fashion design tonight. Swung on, foul ball down the third base line. Back to the fashion statements. Malachi Kelly for Doddridge has the brightest yellow gloves I think they make. But I will say, I think this young man has the brightest hot pink gloves that they make. They definitely would lose at a game of hide and seek. Here we go. 2 balls, 1 strike delivered outside. That's going to bring up 3-1 for the righty. Tristan is just a sophomore, but in his early stint on the mound for the Bulldogs over the last year and a game or two, he has been very productive over the summer and fall. Young man that has really worked on his craft as he delivers fastball down the middle, strike 2. Fouled back by number 25. He's got those hot pink shoes, too. I bet he looks pretty fast going up the line.
Full count, 1 out with a battle here at the plate.
Yeah, we got runners at first and second. Definitely want to get this out here. Maybe a chance to roll, man. Good breaking ball. Excellent job by the hitter, staying patient with his hands back.
Yeah, that was a hard ball for the batter to get on. It was it's up a little bit and then in a little bit, but he got the bat around on it.
Yeah.
Fouled off.
So, a lot of people calling timeout now. Lights are on here at Doddridge County as it definitely hasn't warmed up outside. I had to slip out there for a second. It definitely hasn't warmed up. We've got the stiff wind blowing in. The young man drives the ball down the left field line, but it just keeps sailing foul. So, full count. This guy's got plenty of pop in his bat. Tying run is at first, and the go-ahead run is represented at the plate by Mr. Siley. Off speed, got him fooled. Oh!
Really close pitch right there. Probably could have went either way.
That's a 50-50 ball right there. He's been consistent with that. So we deliver up a hit by a pitch and a walk for the first 2 batters of the sophomore.
What a position to be in here. You got 1 out, bases loaded.
and your cleanup hitter up.
Okay, number 4 batter up. That's what I was looking at. And this is not the position you want to be in, but this is what it's all about right here. This is why these guys have trained. This is as hard as these guys have worked all the time they have. This is what they've trained for. So let's see what happens.
If you are the Yellow Jackets, you are telling your guys right now, this is everything we've been wanting. Middle of the game, we got a pitching change. Now we have bases loaded with our cleanup guy up. Swiger's got to find a way here to settle in. He delivers off speed, just a bit inside. So we've got 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, bases loaded, top of 5. The score is 3-1, Doddridge. And there's a strike. I don't think that pitch looked as good as the ball 4, but who am I to make a judgment call up here from this far? So here we go. We've got 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, bases loaded. Swing on and a miss. That's going to bring us to 1 ball, 2 strikes by the sophomore hurler.
You know, that's really the difference in getting up in the count. And once you're up in the count, you can throw those breaking balls out of the zone. Instead of having to break it into the zone, you're really taking a lot of risk away.
Here we go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's that cutter. A lot of people think that's a breaking ball. He's got that nice cutter to him. I know we were up at the Mountaineers working, and they loved how that ball moved.
What they call him, the Rivera cutter.
Yeah.
Which, that's a big name. That's a big
name.
That's, you say,
there's
nice
strike
pitch.
3. There's 1. That's the one they were looking for right there. Got a strike 3 called, and that's going to bring the number 5 hitter up to the plate, number 18, Noble Powell.
74-73, 33 seconds.
Now up to bat number 18, the DH.
Now, we'll say Tristan's a guy that sits there with a fastball, 84, 86. When he gets in the groove, he's hard to hit because his off speed is pretty good, and it makes that fastball even faster.
So, you know, you see these guys, they're kind of taking a lot of pitches. They're giving up a lot of opportunities. That's what you Williamstown team. I'm just seeing this Williamstown give up a lot of opportunities on these first pitch strikes. Also, like you were saying on us earlier, but since you mentioned that, you were seeing a lot of that.
Yeah. That's a sign of a good hitter, too. They're not afraid. They don't get rattled behind in the count. They know how to hit out of it. There's fastball down the middle, fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. If you're a baseball fan, you got to love this situation right here because, man, something's going to be exciting. People are going to be on their feet here in a pitch or two. Swiger delivers just a bit up. Boy, that guy from second gets a big lead early.
It's real important. This guy to keep focused on the plate. Tristan's got to keep focused.
Don't let that guy at second rattle you. See, he's clapping, getting excited. Stay in the groove. Timeout called by the batters again.
So what they're doing there, you see on all these timeouts, that's just a tempo setting thing. If I'm going to push you in the box, you want to push me onto the mound. It's a tempo thing.
Drove to right field. Hall camps under it. Should be a can of corn, and we're out of it unscathed again. The Bulldogs do it again. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Found a fly ball to right field, and we go to the bottom half of the 5. Bulldogs 3, Yellow Jackets 1. We'll be right back. All right, folks, welcome back. We are going into the home half of the 5th inning, and we are still seeing Mr. Jenner Burge, number 31, on the mound. The hurler for the Yellow Jackets has done a wonderful job so far. If you're just joining us, we are in a 3-1 ball game. This is a very important game. It's early March, it's cold, it's windy, but this game has a lot of ramifications to it, to the one that walks out of here without a win. This is a regional game. This is an LKC game, and both of these teams are going to be teams at the top tier when the season comes to an end. So this victory is huge for whoever can pull this one away tonight. Here we go. We have our senior Luke Rakiski coming to the plate. Luke was walked last time, stole second, and then scored a run by a single by Hall. Burge starts with fastball on the outside for ball one. Rakiski, one of the gentlemen committed so far. He's going to the infamous Potomac State. So his baseball career will continue as he hits a ground ball to short. A little bit of a bobble, but that's okay. And he throws it away. That's going to go down as an error on the shortstop. So now we have an error by shortstop for the Bulldogs and an error by the shortstop. And it all started with a little bit of a bobble, and he had to rush. Again, he had to rush for a reason. Speed. Speed coming up that line. Stepping into the box is the senior lefty, Caleb Hall. Again, familiar scenario. Rakiski on first. Hall sitting there waiting for the pitch. Curveball outside, sneaks in there for strike one. Rakiski's a guy you got to watch for stolen base. He slides steps, drive by Hall. Bobbled again by the infield, and that's going to go down as an error by the second baseman.
Way to put the ball in play to make things happen. You know, you can't make things happen unless you're putting the ball in play. Right there, you just got to put the ball in play. Second base, it was a little bit of chopper, a little bit of bobble. Everybody advanced. Good job by the Bulldogs.
I'm going to take a stab in the dark. You're going to see Dane Murphy attempt a bunt for a hit. Want to call it? I got $1 on it.
The number 4 man, bunt for a hit.
Cleanup hitter going to do a bunt for a hit down the third base line. You heard it here first, folks. Oh, they hit him with the pitch. Hit him, man.
If I would be mistaken, he might have really thrown that ball inside a little bit for some chin music on the turn bunt.
So here's what we've got. They say that he did not pull the bat back. Nate's going to come have a discussion. That ball was inside by about 8 feet. It happens. It's cold out. Burge has thrown a lot of pitches. Here we go. Tee it up. Now here's the scenario. Runners at first and second. We need runs.
You know, a batter turns for the square up for that bunt, and that ball comes right at his chest. It's really hard to get out of the way when it's coming at you like that.
It is, but I bet you see Dane Murphy get in the box and probably go for the sacrifice bunt here now. We need these runners moved. Lays down a beautiful bunt. Can we throw it away? No, but what a bunt. Sacrifice bunt moves the runners over first and second. Now we have runners at second and third, one out. Dane Murphy with a gorgeous sacrifice bunt to move the runners. Again, that's a quab. Doing his job. Now we've got Malachi Kelly. Now it puts the pressure on the bottom half of that lineup. Gentlemen, do your job here. We've got runners in scoring position. Let's get some balls in play. We have runners second and third, one out. Kelly at the plate. Takes a curveball inside. You might be able to hear the box in here saying, hey, I don't think he swung at that one.
Well, you know, next pitch. That's what matters. Next pitch. That next pitch mentality. All right, Ben.
That's it. Short-term memory in baseball. Now at the plate, if you're the coach, you're telling your pitcher, help yourself out right here. So we've got our sophomore hurler in the box. Bases are loaded. One out. And this is not a guarantee score situation. Williamstown was just in this situation last inning and didn't come away with anything. We got to execute. It's not a given. Fastball outside. Ball one. Here's the delivery. Swung on. Foul ball. At the conclusion of today's game, we're going to have a couple new things thrown in there. We are going to do live interviews with the player of the game and then exiting comments by the coach, Nate Wright. Good idea right there. He was looking to push a ball up the first base line, score that guy from third, but now we're 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tristan's got some hot pink gloves, but not quite as impressive as the young man from Williamstown.
I like
swung on and miss on the outside corner, and now we're going bases loaded with 2 outs.
That's tough right there. That's a tough out right there.
This is those places where if you want to be championship caliber, these bottom half, we got to move runners. We've got to score them. It's early in the season. I think these are things we'll see happen pretty well as we move through. Here's Evan Kelly. Take a little chin music up, in and high and in. So we got 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Bases are loaded. You couldn't ask for anything better. Here comes the delivery. Fastball in the inside corner, going to bring up 1 ball, 1 strike to Mr. Evan Kelly. Now, last game, if you remember, Evan had a great line drive over top the second baseman's head. He swings the bat well from the left side. He's definitely improved from the work that he's put in this summer and fall. So coach is expecting big things out of him. And here he is, line drive up the middle. Does he get through? No. Second baseman makes a great play, but that's a great barrel by Evan Kelly. And we go to the top of the 6th. There was no run scored, a couple errors, but Williamstown held on to it. And we're going top of 6. 3 runs by the Bulldogs and 1 by the Yellow Jackets. We'll be right back.
Mission in motion. In Doddridge County schools, our students are becoming future ready, rising up with bright minds and big goals. Together, we are united to make a difference.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So far, it's been an exciting game to watch as we roll into the top half of the 6th inning with an LKC matchup here early in the season, regional setting kind of matchup early in the season. 2 guys going at it on the mound have been very strong, and now we're seeing Tristan Swiger come on the mound in relief last inning. Had a little bit of a rocky start, but then settled back in and had a really good last 2 batters that he faced. And I would say he got the jitters out, and we'll see some good production from the sophomore righty.
Yeah, seeing him warm up right now looks like a completely different pitcher than he was warming up earlier. It's good to see sophomore guy coming in, in that harder situation. That's good. Came out, got out of the inning. Now he's in fresh. Let's see what he can do right here.
And these coaches know, Coach, they know that this is still a growth, this is still a learning opportunity, but they want that win.
Oh, yeah.
They don't want to give up a win. If you're going to give up a win, you better learn from it. But what's even better is when you win and learn.
Yeah, that's it. Absolutely. And then that's something that's taken back from, the coaching staff here has done a really good job. And it's all the way through. These guys have just been coached through and through on no matter what it is, no matter what happens, you got to learn from it. I mean, you got to be learning and just giving it your all. Ball 1.
All right, we got a ball to the outside. At the plate is number 49, Colt Renard. He's the left fielder. And so far today, he had a sacrifice fly. Fastball on the outside. Or he has sack bunt, I should say. Fastball to the outside. Fastball swung on and missed, and we're at 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Up in the count here, that's what we want. Up in the count now, he can work the batter rather than have to get ahead or give the batter a good pitch to hit. He can still work.
So now the sophomore has some options to go with. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He toes the rubber, goes in his windup and delivers strike 3.
Nice pitch.
And he retires the first batter. So a little different look. You know, he had some time to get warmed up this inning a little better, and I don't think he was real excited about his at-bat. And sometimes as a pitcher, that's the best thing you can have. Take a little bit of anger out there with you to the mound, and next thing you know, you see a 2 or 3 more mile an hour on your fastball. You start to have a little more intent to the delivery. Fastball low, ball 1. At the plate for the Yellow Jackets will be number 20, the 7-hole hitter, the center fielder, Daniel Cunningham. Off speed to the inside of the plate, just misses, and that's going to bring up 2 balls and no strikes. Fastball got him swinging, so we're going to see 2 balls, 1 strike. Score is Doddridge County 3, Williamstown 1.
Nice pitch right there.
That's that cutter. That's that cutter that you see. It's got just enough movement to take the eye contact from the batter away. Still got enough speed to blow it by the bat. We're even up in the count. 2-2. Delivery swung on and missed. Strike 3, and down goes the second batter in a row.
Yeah, Ben, it's hard to hit a pitch at a fastball speed. It's got about a 10-inch cut on it right before it gets to the plate.
Yeah, it's definitely working this inning, and we're seeing a lot different demeanor on the mound right now by the sophomore. And I will tell you, if there's a big upside to someone, it's this guy right here in that electric right arm. He delivers fastball on the outside, fielded by the first baseman DeHaven, and just like that, 1 up, 2 up, 3 up, all retired. And we're going to go to the bottom half of the 6th. Doddridge County leads 3-1 over the Yellow Jackets from Williamstown. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we are in the bottom half of the 6th. As a coach, I tell my young men, hey, we got 2 at-bats possibly left. They only have 1. Let's take advantage of what they're going to give us, and we're still seeing the young man, the right-handed hurler, Jenner Burge, on the mound.
You know, I got to give it to this guy, Ben. This guy's really putting on a performance out here. He's really thrown good, and he's thrown long innings early in the season, and I mean, that is big.
It is. It is. He stayed consistent, and that I talked about. Sometimes they throw behind you so they can still hit your bat. We just talked about it.
If you don't get the bat out of the way when the ball's coming at your head, it's going to often hit that bat.
The most unfortunate strike 1. So here we go. The batter's getting back in the box. He's seen 1 ball behind him, but still been strike 1. 0-1's the count. Nobody on. Maxwell Nicholson at the plate. Delivery's outside for ball 1. And as a coach, you got to start watching the control. That's one of the first things you see leave when an arm gets tired. You see velocity drop, but one of the other things is looking at the control changes, and we've seen some control change. Fastball was inside quite a bit. Probably would have been another ball, but swung on, fouled off. And we're at 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that just goes to show you these Doddridge County guys. They're going after the ball. It could be anywhere around the plate, and they're attacking the ball. They're doing all they can right now.
Well, they're good hitters. They work on that craft so much. Off-speed pitch just off the plate to the outside, brings up 2 balls, 2 strike. And I do see some activity down there in the Doddridge County bullpen as we start seeing the southpaw down there. Evan Kelly working his way to get loose. Fastball swung on and missed for strike 3 for Nicholson, and that's going to bring up the 9-hole hitter, Josh DeHaven, number 3.
1 down the inning.
Be nice to see this young man on. The young man is very fast. Definitely a guy that we can push around the bases pretty easy and roll that top half of the lineup back up. Burge fires and delivers. Strike 1 on the inside of the plate. We are in the bottom half of the 6th. Score of 3-1. Doddridge County in favor. DeHaven's at the plate. Burge has pitched the entire game so far for Williamstown and has done a very good job doing so. Last inning, there probably would not have been any runs scored if there wasn't for a couple errors that had been committed. So, I mean, this game, the score says 3-1, but it's really been a nip and tuck game. The pitchers, in my opinion, have won these battles in the most part. Swung on and fouled off down the right field line. So we have 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I'll tell you what, with DeHaven up to bat, I really got confidence in DeHaven. You know, he's got a really good attitude, staying positive. It's really good to see him. Oh,
line drive to the shortstop, and he bobbles it, drops it. No catch, and that's going to be the second error awarded to the shortstop. Hard barrel. And that's going to do what we wanted to happen. This brings up the top of the lineup in the bottom of the 6th, and these guys, it's the 4th time they've seen this young man.
You got to put the ball in play to make things happen, and this is what we're doing right now.
Yeah. Brody's at the plate, leadoff hitter. Ball in the dirt as we stole with the speedy DeHaven, and we now have a runner sitting at second base. It takes the double play away and puts a runner in scoring position, and now we have our leadoff hitter, the second top hitter on the lineup last year. If you look at the stats as they're concerned, he had double-digit extra base hits. He batted just under 360 on the season as a sophomore, and now this is his junior season. He knows how to score runs. He knows how to put the ball in play. And he is looking down at 2-0 counts. Hitter friendly. Oh, and I think it gets him. No.
You know you got a battler at bat when they're jumping out of the way from the ball, instead of just getting hit with the ball to get the base when they want to get in there and hit the ball.
Three balls, no strikes. Delivery right down the middle, and that's going to be called for strike. You look at a young man like this, he's right at 100 pitches for the evening. So please don't think he's a wild pitcher. His arm's tired. It's early. Swung on, fouled off by the leadoff hitter.
Often, Ben, you see these guys getting up in their pitch count, you'll see their front shoulder pulling through and their arm drag, and then you see a little bit of a slinging motion, and that's what we're seeing right now. The balls are coming in over on the right-handed batter's box because he's starting to do a slinging motion. It's just natural.
They're tired. Mm-hmm. Swung on, ground ball towards the third base. Must be a hard play. Can he make it? Yes, he does, but that advances the runner. Nice job by DeHaven. Excellent job by the third baseman, number 30. McDonald runs up, scoops, throws across. And the first baseman does what they do so well. They make those throws look great by a nice scoop.
Got 2 outs in the inning.
Really would be nice here, Justin, to score this run. And if you wanted someone at the plate, this is who you would ask for. Luke Rakiski, our senior, at the plate.
This is what it's all about.
With 2 outs.
This is the kind of stuff Luke likes right here.
Off-speed pitch to start right down the middle. Luke knows what he's hunting. He's looking for something straight, something fast at the beginning. Burge takes advantage of it. Here comes delivery, off-speed, misses inside, and we're quickly at a 1-1 count. 2 outs, runner at third. Be nice to score this run here, get an extra little bit of a cushion going the top of the 7th. It's a ball, low and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. This right here is a great place for a big swing. He wants to come inside. Takes the windup, delivers. He got all of that, but just straight in the air. Wind's
That's
blowing
tough.
it around, and shortstop comes over and catches it right over top of the third baseman. And that's going to take us to the top half of the 7th. The Doddridge County Bulldogs come away with no runs, but we're still got a 2-run cushion as we go to the top of the 7th. The score, Doddridge County 3, Yellow Jackets 1.
The 7th are
Check this out.
For it bat today. Pretty good odds.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And we are here at the top half of the 7th as the Bulldogs are just 3 outs away from 2 victories. We got our sophomore, Tristan Swiger, on the mound. Had a little bit of a slow start for his first 2 at bat, his first two batters that he faced, and he came in and efficiently got those guys out, dodged a bullet. Last inning looked absolutely amazing. 3 up, 3 down. Good pop to his fastball. Off speed was working quite well, and he pounded the zone. Coach Nate probably told him, hey, just go back out, do what you did last inning, and we're going home with a dub.
I think, honestly, this is just a good situation. He's only coming in on his 3rd inning. Tristan's a really competitive guy. He's one of the better pitchers on the team. There's 3 or 4 guys that are like really fighting for that top spot. It's like back and forth. It's just good to see. It's good to see these guys. He's 3 innings in. He should be really grooving right here.
You know, the saying, biblically, iron sharpens iron. And that's what happens here on this team. These young men push each other. There's no days off when it comes to the work. So first pitch here, top of the 7th, ball low and away as he's facing the number 9 hitter. So if you're Williamstown, you're in the spot you want to be. You're close to the top of your lineup. Ben Raines at the plate sees the second pitch is called strike. It's a 1-1 count. So if you're just joining us, we've had small ball all day, taking advantage of miscues here and there, and we came to a 3-run by Doddridge and 1 run by Williamstown, and we're sitting top of 7. The young man Raines goes down swinging, and that's how the Bulldogs wanted to start this last inning out with a strikeout, and now they're going to face the top of the lineup for Williamstown. And I will tell you, that's not an easy thing to face. These young men are experienced, and they're looking to get base runners. Tristan settles in, comes to deliver.
Nice
Speed pitch, dumps it right in there after seeing so many fastballs last batter. Great call by the whoever's calling the signals there. Great way to start and get ahead. Comes back with a fastball, fouled off to the right side, and quickly Mr. Powell, the shortstop, goes down 0-2. He threw that one to the grandstands. We'll just chalk that one up to an easy ball there. We've got 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You know, with this cold weather, it's just not very giving. It's not very forgiving whenever it comes to holding a grip on that ball.
So here we go.
The wild things.
Cutter to the inside, just misses, and that's going to even the count up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. We are in the top of the 7th with a score, Doddridge 3, Williamstown 1. Here comes the delivery, just a bit off the outside of the plate. Great looking pitch, but an even better discipline by the leadoff hitter, Powell. Full count. Delivery on its way, fouled straight back, and that's going to keep it at a full count with 1 out. Swiger delivers high for ball 4. So that's going to put the leadoff hitter on first. Big deep breath here. Nothing is hurt. We're 1 pitch away from a victory.
Williamstown with 1 out.
At the plate comes number 3, Jackson Fulton. He's the right fielder. He's been on base a few times tonight by the way of a walk. 0 for 1 at the plate. Fastball delivered down the middle, strike 1.
Real nice pitch. Got a little pressure there. Got a guy on base. He had to go to the stretch. Coming back with a first pitch strike. Good job.
Now we got no balls. 1 strike. Ball up and in for ball 1. Runner on first, which is Mr. Powell. Fulton at the plate. 1 swing of the bat could tie things up. That's the tying run at the plate. Swung on to right field. That could be trouble. It's a foul ball. Foul ball. If that ball lands fair, we can guarantee one thing. We're going to have a runner on third and a run scored. So that was 6 inches in the right direction for the Bulldogs.
The foul line never lies, does it?
It doesn't lie. I'm glad they're straight because I've painted a lot of those lines, and it didn't look quite like that. That might have been a hit if I was painting those lines. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out as the batter takes time out for Williamstown. Tristan toes the rubber from the stretch. Gives a look back. Ground ball to the right side. This is not going to be a double play. Fielded by Kelly over to DeHaven for the 2nd out. So we do give a runner to second base, but that's okay. That run on second is not going to hurt us. It's the runs at the plate that we got to take advantage of. And here comes the neon gloves. The darker it gets, the brighter those things get. This guy's got a lot of pop to his swing. This guy can do some damage at the plate, so I would definitely stay away from him. Don't be afraid, but don't give him anything too good as Mr. Siley steps into the batter's box. He sees strike 1 called. He definitely has plenty of power to leave this park, and the wind has shifted to the left center direction. Swung on to the middle, knocked down by the third baseman, which keeps a run in. Nice job by Dane Murphy. That definitely would have scored a run if it got by him. So right now what we have is the go-ahead run is represented at the plate. Runners are at first and third, so with 2 outs. All right, and we do a pinch runner for Mr.
The
Siley.
Yellow Jackets, number 36.
And I believe that is number
Tyler Kaiser.
22.
Is that their cleanup
Which
hitter
is
there?
Schmidt. Schmidt comes out and goes on to first base to pinch run for the big man. And now we have the cleanup hitter, Tyler Kaiser, at the plate. And last at bat, Kaiser struck out. If you're a Bulldog fan, you're hoping he does it again. Swung on, high fly ball, could be out of play, could just out of play, and he lives to see another day. That's going to bring up the count to 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners are at the corner. So tying run is at first. Tying run got there by the base hit by Siley. We've only seen 6 hits in this entire game. It's not been an offensive productive night. These pitchers have done a fantastic job. Delivery swung on. Fouled off by the batter. That's going to bring 1 ball, 2 strikes. We are 1 pitch away from a possible win here by Doddridge, but also you're 1 pitch away from potentially being down a run. That's what's so awesome about the game of baseball. And now we're playing a hopscotch with the umpire throwing balls back to the pitcher. Umpires had a consistent zone tonight for both sides. You couldn't ask for anything better. Delivery, swamp pitch is right down the middle with a curveball, and that's going to do it. The Doddridge County Bulldogs take the victory 3-1 over the Williamstown Yellow Jackets, and that moves the Doddridge County Bulldogs to 2-0 on an early season, but they have faced a very formidable foe by these Yellow Jackets. Both teams have done an excellent job, and when we come back, we're going to crown and talk to the player of the game, and we're also going to have live interview by Coach Nate, so stay with us. There's more to come, and we'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and I'm going to kick it over to Coach Justin here. Justin, give me a little bit of rundown. What did you think we did well? Where do you think we needed to improve on? The season's early, but however, we're sitting at 2-0. What do you think?
Well, you see a lot of the guys out here, like they have the confidence, they have the grit, they got what it takes. But it's like so 2 of the guys will have a good game, and then a spurt, and then 2 other guys will have. They haven't quite all gelled together and came together as a whole. And it's kind of like sporadic right now. They're going to have to peak at a certain time this year to really fulfill their goals. They can't peak early in the year. They can't peak at the end. You know, there's a certain time where they got to peak in order to go the long way.
You know, that's right, and that's the cool thing. We have so far seen multiple players do multiple things. We've not seen relying on one guy to do it. Saturday was one set, and then tonight is another set. So it's pretty exciting for a young team to watch so many contributors to success. What do you think about the pitching staff so far?
So far, the pitching staff, they look good. I mean, you got to make the little plays and behind the pitching staff, or it can really bring a pitching staff down. But, all in all, early in the year, we're pushing the zone. We're putting it in the zone. We're working corners. We're battling batters. It's we just haven't had a lot of hits, a lot of offensive rallies. These guys 1 through 9 are all wanting to go to the next level. These guys all are playing on that level. So when you see these guys come in there and you haven't seen a real rally come through the team yet, it's coming, and once that coming and starts picking up, that's what I'm really looking forward to see.
I agree with you, Coach, and I think there's a lot more to come. There's a lot more in this tank. But when you look across the last 2 games, as an offense, we have given up only 2 runs so far through 14 innings, and only 1 has been earned. So we've seen 14 innings of baseball against good teams. You know, Lincoln is a team that came off a 17-14 season last year. They're a strong Double-A team that sits in one of the best Double-A conferences in the state in the Big Ten, and you shut them with no earned runs. Then you flip to tonight, one of the top teams in Double-A, one of the top teams in the LKC, which is probably one of the toughest conferences in that single Double-A mix. They always produce state champions in a sport in some way or another, and they're also one of the toughest in your region. So we have faced pretty good opponents so far and only given up 1 earned run. So I can't imagine Coach not being happy. With that being said, who's our player of the game tonight?
You know, it's kind of it could be a little bit of a toss-up, but we had a sacrifice bunt happen. We had a 2-out hit happen that moved runners around. I think maybe we ought to go with Dane Murphy tonight.
Dane Murphy, the third baseman. I'll tell you what, he also defensively locked down a couple plays that kept people from scoring. And so that was huge for us, and it's exciting to watch him. So we're going to give a shout-out here in a minute. When we come back from this commercial, we'll have Dane Murphy up here talking to us, and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back. Our pitcher of the game, we like to give a pitcher of the game as well, is our sophomore, Mr. Tristan Swiger, coming in, playing a solid second base, then coming in on the mound and throwing strikes and competing. So, Tristan, pitcher of the game, co-player of the game with Dane Murphy. We're excited to have you up here in the press box with us. So, tell me, it's sophomore season. You've been on the mound twice so far. We've beat 2 good opponents. How do you think we are? How do you feel about the season so far?
I mean, I feel like we're pretty good. We've shut down some pretty good hitters. We faced a lot of competition this year already. There's just a lot more to come.
That's right. Yeah, so you faced competition this fall, this summer. How'd that help you?
Oh, it helped me in a lot of ways. I mean, got me throwing harder, got me more consistent. I mean, I've already started these games off better than I did last year.
Yeah.
Last year I was walking guys upon guys in a row. No, just a lot of ways.
Well, we're excited to have you, and I've told people out here that you're a 2-sport spring athlete. So not only are you competing baseball-wise, but you're also with track. So have you had any track events yet this year?
No, our first one's this Friday.
This Friday, where are you going to be?
We're home.
Home this Friday, and you are the pole vaulter.
Yes.
Last year you won the states, and what was your height that you jumped?
13 foot 6 inches.
13'6". What are we looking at this year?
I'm hoping good for 15.
Why not? Let's go 15.5 while we're at it.
Right.
Tristan, thanks for having you tonight as our pitcher and co-player of the game. Tristan Swiger, great to have you. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
All right, also sitting here is the masked man, Mr. Dane Murphy. A lot of people know this young man as the hard hitter in football, a linebacker, but what you're going to find out this year, this young man can play baseball on the corners. Dane, you earned this tonight by a couple ways. You saved runs at third by knocking balls down. You hit the double to score the first run, and then you sacrifice, man. You're in the 4-hole, the power hitter.
Yeah.
And coach looks over and says, "No, I don't need you to be power hitter. I need you to do what? Sack bunt."
Yeah.
So what'd you think?
I was like, there was a guy first and second. I'm really thinking, I'm going to be the man right here. Hit a bomb, base hit, score them both. He gives me, I think it was like 205 bunt. I'm like, dang. All right. Lay it down. Nailed me. He's like, same thing. Lay it down. Didn't make it, but moved the runners. So
You were a step away.
Yeah.
That first one, you wore it right in the gut. But they said you went ahead and attempted it. But good job of keeping the focus to lay down that bunt, move the runners. And in high school baseball and in any high-level baseball, every player's got to be able to bunt. It's a craft, it's a tool, and it's got to be used.
For sure.
Great job. So tell me, early in the season, we're 2-0. We've seen some good teams. How do you think we're looking this year compared to maybe last year?
maturity levels.
Okay.
Like, we have a few guys just like, including myself, young. We were real young last year. This year we really took a step up and really practiced and took the off season as serious as we possibly could. It's really shown.
Awesome. Well, that's what it's all about, getting better every single year. Every time you have a chance to get better, you do one of two things. You either get better or you get worse. You don't ever stay the same. So, Dane, we're proud of you, player of the night tonight, you and Tristan. So, congratulations. Keep up the hard work, and we're going to see you back up in the booth again.
Sir. Thank you.
All right. Well, folks, let's turn our attention to the head coach, the man of the hour, Mr. Nate Wright, starting off the season so far. Can't be too upset. His Bulldogs, though they're young, they're potent. They've only given up 2 runs, and only one of them have been earned. So you're sitting coach facing good competition to begin with. You're facing guys that are, I don't know if you've ever beat Williamstown before.
No, not since I've been here. We've only played them twice. We played them twice last year. We ended up losing in a 2-1 ball game, losing in the bottom of the 7th at their place early in the season, which that hurt. Now you see that we've been on the winning side. I've been on the losing side as well.
Right.
And then last year we were here. We had a 3-run lead, losing it in the 5th as well, not shutting the door. And that speaks a lot right there. These last 2 games speaks a lot for these teams. This team, the difference compared to what last year is, they're able to put teams away and hold a lead and find a way to win.
So, Coach, what's the difference if they're able to put people away? How? Why? What do you contribute the ability to put teams away now compared to the prior year?
Well, I definitely think it starts with pitching. You know what I mean? I think that's a huge part in high school baseball, throwing strikes, giving yourself an opportunity to win, not giving up free bases. But on the other side, Dane nailed it on the head. These guys have matured. They've learned a lot. Overplaying, last season, this summer, this fall, they've learned a lot. They're starting, they became a team, essentially, is what we're looking at with this team. And them being a team, they got each other's back. They're going to do team things. You nailed it on the head there, Dane, he's a junior. I know he wants to go up there and hit, but I don't need 2 runs. I'm looking to get 1 more run to push it across to make it a 3-run ball game, because that's the difference of the guy at the plate being the tying run compared to the guy on deck being the tying run. So, that right there, it didn't work out in our favor, but that's one thing that we are going to do regardless. If we need to manufacture a run in the 6th inning, we'll manufacture a run.
That's a big thing, to be able to use multiple tools to get the job done, and we've seen it. And one thing we touched on, you weren't up here, but Justin said the fact that we now have multiple players that contribute. We don't have one guy. We don't have 2 guys. We got a whole case of dudes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it starts with, Caleb's 2 out at bat, and then Maxwell, who's sitting in the 8-hole, does the same thing.
Yeah.
It didn't matter, and you wouldn't have, if you were watching the game, you wouldn't have known between the 2 who was in the 3-hole or the 8-hole right there, because they were having the same at bat, and it was a team at bat to progress that inning, and you saw what happened, and he drove in a run.
Yeah, it's good to see him. He's so good defensively. He does such a good job behind the plate, saving runs. But tonight he was like, hey, not only am I going to save runs, I'm going to add runs. So here's the last question for you. We see this stable of horses.
Yep.
You've got a stable of horses this year coming out of the pitchers from that look.
Yep.
We've seen Caleb. We've seen Tristan. What else you got?
They're coming. I'm telling you, they're coming. I know we kind of did like more of a staff day. We have other guys. I mean, from top to bottom, I feel comfortable putting any of them in there in any situation. You could start with. We'll start from the top with the older guys. Josh DeHaven last year, he had a 1.6 ERA with 33 innings last year.
He's not even had an inning yet.
No. Nope.
Keep going. Keep going.
So, you got him, and then you also have a Malachi Kelly who's joined the club, I guess I would say, the team. And he's right there with them. I mean, he's throwing low 8s as well.
And he's not had an inning yet.
Hasn't had an inning yet.
Keep going.
So then you go to your juniors. You got Evan Kelly, who has had an inning or 2, and he went out there against a good Lincoln team and held him to no runs.
Yeah.
And he's crafty. He's not going to overpower you, but he's gonna come out here and get the job done. He's another guy. I don't care if it's a 1-run ball game. I trust Evan to go out there and do it. Then you also have a guy like Hunter Hayhurst, who I mean, he's arguably he could be one of the 1A, 1B, 1C guys up there with, a Caleb Hall, Tristan Swagger. He just needs to get the experience. That's one thing that I'll say about Hunter. He's grown so much compared to this time to where we're at this year. I mean, I remember throwing him out there against the Fairmont Senior last year, holding him to 1 run through 6 innings. And Fairmont Senior was a semi-qualifier in the state playoffs.
Yeah.
So that's what he's capable of doing. So
and he's seen 1 inning.
Yeah. So and they're chomping at the bit in there. That's the thing. I was like, guys, it's the second game. You're going to have plenty of time. We got 6 games this week.
And we play tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we play right back here tomorrow.
Yep.
Same time.
Yep.
Different opponent.
Yep.
Same outcome.
Yep.
That's what we're looking for. We'll see a new batch of horses on the mound. The stable doors are going to be open tomorrow. We'll see some new arms, some fresh names, and we'll be right back here broadcasting this for us. So we're excited to keep this thing going. We're glad that you were with us tonight. The Bulldogs on top 3 over top of the Yellow Jackets from Williamstown 1. It's a good way to be starting the season for 2026. The Bulldogs roll to 2-0, but guess what? Tomorrow, new day.
New day.
Coach, thanks. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks.